Celebrate your wins and analyze and re-strategize your losses. Listen to that again. Celebrate your wins and analyze your losses. This is something that's a really important mindset to have, especially as you take your journey to financial freedom more seriously and as you get older. Because, something we often forget to do is celebrate our wins, and be grateful and thankful for what we have and really be proud of ourselves. In the journey to financial freedom, often it's so much hard work, discipline, and so emotionless that you forget to celebrate your wins and to be happy and to really just reward yourself. It's a really important part though, because it allows you to, one, obviously be human, be happy. It also allows you to acknowledge yourself. It allows you to acknowledge the progress you've made, how far you've come, and how just really self-reflection and being proud of yourself. And this is something that I haven't done enough of for myself. Something I've only really realized till recently, but I've had so many wins within this past, 1 to 2 years. 2 years ago, I met my girlfriend, and we've been together ever since. Maybe 3 to 4 months ago, I finally got my dream job, and I'm finally getting paid a full salary job with great benefits. And there's been a bunch of other little things that have happened, between that time period, whether it was just birthdays or whatever. But the point is, I never really celebrated my wins or was really happy about the stuff that was going on, because in my mind it was just another box to tick off. It was just another short step towards my goal. But in reality, these are all big, giant, life-changing wins that I need to allow myself to be happy about and allow myself to celebrate, because it's part of the journey, and it's not something that's going to hold you back. It's not something that's a waste of time or money to celebrate. In fact, it's a good memory to have, and it's a good thing to reward yourself every once in a while for how hard you've been working. And that's something I struggle with, and I'm sure a lot of you guys struggle with as well. But the other thing I want to point out is analyze your losses. When you do something, when you take an L, don't just obviously take it on the chin and move on, but also take a second to reflect on it. Why did this happen? How can I prevent this from happening in the future? Obviously, there's that saying, never make the same mistake twice, which is something that I definitely live by. And a big part of doing that is analyzing your losses and realizing why you ended up in this position in the first place. And a big part of this is realizing that, even if something seems like it wasn't in your control, how did you end up in this situation? There was always something you could have done to avoid that L, whether it's just subconsciously or the people you surround yourself with, or the environment that you were in. There was something you probably could have done to prevent yourself from making that mistake. And that's where the analyzation part comes in handy. Analyze that shit. And that way, you won't make the same mistake in the future, and you'll be able to kind of have some deep self-reflection, zoom out on that, and not continue down that cycle. But yeah, boys, that's just something I wanted to touch on. I'm on the way to work right now, heading into the office, but that's just a big key thing I've been thinking about lately. Something I need to get better at is celebrating your wins and analyzing your losses.